Hey everybody, Joe here with Hurston's Custom Creations. Thanks for stopping back in. Last time we went over creating a design with Carbide Create to cut out on the Shipoko. We've done our basic designs, done some pocket carving and some V carving, and then a cutout at the end. We done our design and we wrote our toolpaths and we saved our G code. Today we are going to be actually cutting what we designed out, and I will go over that a little more with the tool set up as we go along. So stick around and let's see how things go. Okay guys, I'm going to freehand here just for a minute with the camera, so bear with me. First thing you see when you open up Carbide Motion, which is our program that runs the machine, is that it's not connected. Now the machine connects to the computer through a USB cord, and it is connected, and I've turned the machine on. I've just not connected it to the computer yet. So first thing I want to do, scroll down, click connect to cutter. Now you'll see there it says no file loaded, load new job, and initialize machine. The first thing you have to do is initialize the machine, and what that does is it takes the machine to its homing position, which is the back right corner, and that way it learns where it's at on its rails. It knows, it goes back to there, it's got homing switches, and then it lines up and it knows where it's at to start to work. So we'll go ahead and click that, and the machine is really already in its homing position, so it's not really doing any moving. It's just making sure it knows where it's at. So then we have to load a new file to the cut. So you want to click on that. Alright guys, I found it. FHL 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now I numbered them so we would know which one to do first. So we're going to go with FHL 1. And that is going to actually load the G code, you see here, into our machine. And it tells us that the tool used is 201. And now we have to get our 201 tool in, which is already in the machine. And we have to line the X and Y and Z axes up and reset our zeros. So let's go do that right quick. If you go to the jog tab up here in the top right, click on that, and that brings up another screen. And we're going to go down here to this option at the bottom right now called rapid position. And we're going to click on that, and that brings up a little map of your wasteboard. Now our material, I'll just take you over here. Our material, as you can see, is already on our board, and I've already got that in place. So in order to get this cut started, we have to line our tool up on this front left corner of what we're cutting, and that very front corner of the stock that we're cutting will be our X and Y 0 point. Now our spindle is back there, so we need to get it up here. So we're going to go onto the rapid position menu here. I'm just going to go ahead and hit front center. And you can see the machine is moving to the front center. Right there. Now we've got to get it on over there a bit. So we have to change our menu on here. We stay in the jog menu. We just click done out of the rapid position part, and we got here where we can control each axis individually by hand. Over here you got your speed. We're going to go ahead and bump that up to fast so we can get it over to our corner. Now these four there on the left, you see, that's your x-axis and your y-axis, and x-axis is left and right. X negative will be left, X positive will be right, and the y-axis is front to back. Y positive would move away from the front, Y negative will move towards the front. And the Z-axis is your spindle up and down. The Z-axis, the Z plus would be up, and the Z negative would be down. So let's see if we can get our X and Y axis lined up. I'm going to drop the Z-axis down some, just so I can be closer to what I'm looking at. Okay, I've got it pretty close there. Now I'm going to turn my speed down so it moves much slower. And we're going to further line up the X-axis. Now if you look right there, it's a pretty good shot. Turn my speed down just a little bit more because it's really close. I don't want to go too far. You're looking for the center of your bit. And that looks really good to me as far as the center. Now we got to get it on the Y, which will be front to back. And it needs to come out just a little bit, not much. And right there, looks really good to me. Now they make a probe for this that'll do all this for you. It's around 120 bucks, and it was out of stock at the time I got my machine, so it stays out of stock a lot for some reason. Now we've got that right where we want it on the X and Y. So we go to set 0. Now here you have clear offset, 0 all done. You don't want to 0 all right now because you don't want your Z to be 0 right there. We've still got to set that. But now the X and the Y are 0. So click both of those. That is their 0 location now. Now we got to set the Z axis 0. So go ahead and click done here. And it goes back here. Now if you've noticed, there's a screw right underneath me there. And that is, excuse me, that's the way I'm holding my stock down right now. There's much better ways. And I'm going to work on getting a better setup. Ben Myers from over at Myers Woodshop, he has some great designs for clamps and such, even an extra wasteboard if you want to check him out. But now that's what I'm looking into right now, is his designs for the wasteboard stuff. But anyway, we got to move our bit away from that screw so we can set the Z axis. So I'm going to turn the speed back up just a little, and we'll get over more toward the meat of the wood here. Alrighty. Now if you don't have the probe, and I don't, I'm just going to use a piece of paper and strap our Z down a bit before we turn this. Oh, it's a little too much. Go ahead and slow her down here. Okay. Now, we want this to go down just to where we can feel some resistance on this paper. Right there is pretty good. So that's going to be our Z-axis 0. Now to do that, we go back into set 0, and if you notice the X and the Y no longer say 0, that's because we moved the spindle over and back some. So it always keeps up with its settings, so you don't need to worry about X and Y at this point, just 0 Z. Alright, now everything is 0. We're going to turn the speed up here so we can razor spindle back up off the stock. And we are actually ready now to run the first part of this job. So we'll go to run, and then we click start job. But I will get the camera set up so you can see that better, and then we'll start the job. Okay guys, I've got the machine set up, ready to go, and I've got everything turned on. All I've got to do is turn my spindle on and click the start job button, and it should take care of the first step of our job, which is cutting that pocket cut out of the material. So let's turn it on and see how that goes. Alright, let's got that part done. It comes up and tells you to turn off the spindle. And then you click continue on the screen. And your spindle will go up and your gantry will move to the back of the wasteboard. Got a little piece it missed there in the middle for some reason, but be able to knock that down with a piece of sandpaper right quick. All right, over that one spot, pretty good looking little surface. Now, that's the end of that G-code. To move on, we have to load our next G-code. And the process for that is the same as the first G-code we loaded. So I'll go ahead and get that G-code loaded, and then we'll put our next bit in. And we have to reset our Z-axis. The X and Y will stay the same, but the Z has to be reset each time you change tools. So we'll be right back with ready to set the Z-axis back up here in a second. All right, guys, we've got our next G-code loaded for the next step of our project here. We have to change our bit. It's calling for a 302. That's what we used to when we wrote our toolpath. So we have to take this bit out. This is a compact carbide router that I got with my machine. It's got a button on it there. Actually, in to hold the collet to change your bits. This is a 302 V bit, and it's a 60-degree angle. I'm going to put that up in the collet. Alright, now the bit's in there. We have to reset our Z-axis, and this time our Z-axis is going to be down here to this surface where we're working. So we have to jog it over there. Alright, now we need our piece of paper, if I can find what I've done with it. There it is. Now, same as before, you gotta let that bit down. Gently touch it with this one. And then we're gonna drop our speed down. It's a little too slow for now. It's a little too far. All right, guys. About right there. Maybe still a little too much. Okay, I can feel it on the paper there, so we're gonna call that Z0. Have to go back to set 0 and click set 0 on the Z-axis again. Now we're done with that. Now it's time to run. I'm going to pick it back up a bit. All right. Then we're going to click Run Job. And it's going to tell us to turn on our spindle. And just click Continue. And that is the end of step 2. We've now got our V-carbon in here. I'll show you better when it's all done. I'll pick it up, you can see it. Right now I gotta leave it on the table, or on the wasteboard rather, because it has to stay right where it's at so we can continue. We've got 2 more steps. Neither one of them should take too long. But we're gonna get our next G-code loaded up for the V-carve bit. It's gonna go right around the edge and just kind of taper the edge over a bit, and then we'll cut it out. All right, everybody, we're back. We've got the 3rd G-code loaded into our machine. We have to reset our Z-axis one more time. Well, 2 more times really, but once right now. Get our piece of paper again. We want to set it to the top of the stock this time. And we can move a little faster than that. Now, all right. That is our new Z-axis. I'm going to zero the Z again. And we're ready to start. Go ahead and turn the spindle on. That's the end of that step. We just tapered our edge. So we're done there. So now we gotta load our last G-code in, and that's gonna cut it out. And this project will be complete. And just one other thing before I forget, I always recommend wearing eye protection if you're gonna stick around and watch the machine cut. I'm sure you've seen lots of little wood chips flying around. Nobody wants to lose an eye. So always protect your eyes when you're around the machine. So we're gonna go ahead and load the other G-code. Okay, G-code is loaded. And now for the final step, where we will completely cut out the project. There you have it. Nice little faith, hope, and love sign. A little bit of sanding around the edge, smooth it up, and everything will be good. Thank everybody for watching. Give us a thumbs up and subscribe.